again, and welcome once again to the YouTube channel, Have You Not Read? We are starting a series of videos today on Freemasonry. What is it? Everybody wants to know what is Freemasonry. We see the temples in different parts of town, and it's a very secretive society. They don't share anything publicly of who and what they are. Now, I will say right off the bat, if you're looking to further your knowledge of Freemasonry, I'm going to be referring to books throughout, two books throughout these videos. One is The Secret Teachings of the Masonic Lodge, A Christian Perspective by John Ankerberg and John Weldon. The second one is World Religion and Cults, Counterfeits of Christianity by Bodie Hodge and Roger Patterson. I suggest that you see them up on the screen, that you purchase these books if you get a chance. There's a lot of information that I'm never going to get to in there. Now, Freemasonry, what is it? It is also known as the Lodge, and its origins date back to the 18th century with the founding of the first Grand Lodge in London in 1717. The Lodge, or Freemasonry, depending on which name you prefer, is classified in the Encyclopedia Britannica as the largest secret society in the world. It has secret oaths, secret rituals, and symbolism in order to instruct new members into Freemasonry, and each new member must swear allegiance and loyalty to the lodge that they join. Now, really, the first common and highest belief that the majority of Freemasonry holds to is belief in the universal fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. They believe that the good life, the good works and deed and good character of a Mason will gain him entrance into what they call the celestial lodge above. And here are some quotes from one of the premier writers of Freemasonry, Albert Mackey's book, Revised Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. Now listen to these quotes. All Masons unite in declaring it to be a system of morality, and by the practice of which the members may advance their spiritual interest and mount by the theological ladder from the lodge on earth to the lodge in heaven. Now that sounds religious. That sounds spiritual. It mentions a system of morality, the practice of spiritual interest, and you can go up the theological ladder from the lodge to the celestial lodge in heaven. It is a secret science which is engaged in the search of divine truth, where it employs symbolism as its method of instruction. That is another quote from Albert Mackey. And a third one from him, according to Mackey, a Mason is someone who, quote, one who has been initiated into the mysteries of the fraternity of Freemasonry. Now, interestingly enough, there is no clear-cut single definition of just what Freemasonry really is that is accepted by all Freemasons. Wilson Coyle, in his book, A Comprehensive View of Freemasonry, said, nobody knows what Freemasonry is, or if the statement that can be deemed too strong in response to what is Freemasonry. So he said that nobody really knows exactly how to pinpoint just what Freemasonry is. And that's from one of their staunch writers. At least no one has been able to demonstrate that they know the answer to that question. So in this series, we will try to show what most Freemasons seem to agree upon. While there's no single human authority, most Freemasons agree that Freemasonry itself provides the authority it needs. There is a solid core of beliefs that the majority of Freemasons believe and appeal to, so we will work within that framework in these videos. Now, the experience, again, that the average person has towards Freemasonry is that it is a secretive organization steeped in rituals and mysteries, and the buildings are off limits to non-members. Is Freemasonry a religion? That's a good question. And it's going to take us a few videos to really, really pinpoint that. Now, Webster's dictionary describes religion as humanity's expression of acknowledgement of the divine, a system of beliefs and practices, and adherence to such a system. Now, we saw in Mackey's book that Freemasonry defines itself as a system of morality, and even a number of rituals which we will look at in these future videos. Freemasons claim to put their trust in a higher power and include religious sources such as the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, the Hindu scriptures, depending on what beliefs the lodge that is formed is holding to at that time. Many Masonic lodges and literature refer to the great architect of the universe, and they incorporate religious symbols as well, such as the capital letter G, surrounded by a compass and a square. They claim the letter G actually refers to geometry, but many see it as a reference to the God or the God of the universe or the great architect of the universe. Freemasonry has many other symbols as well, as you can see in the chart. Now, many Masons argue that they have no clergy, they have no priesthood, they have no sacraments, they have no teaching of theology, but that would mean that we would have to ignore all of the practices and rituals and symbols and even the secrecy by which it is done. They claim to be following their teachings and codes as a Freemason to gain entrance to the great celestial lodge above. Freemasonry adamantly teaches that all non-Masons, this is very important, Freemasonry teaches that all non-Masons are living in spiritual darkness, and the only way they can escape is to be a Mason. And we will see this when we look at the first 3 degrees a person seeking entrance to Freemasonry must do. So by all accounts of what we've seen so far, Freemasonry does appear to be religious, at least. It appears to offer salvation through its rituals and practices that will enable the follower to enter into that great celestial lodge in the sky.